Alright, I hit the live button. I'll see if it works. I don't know if Mike's even still in the chat at all, so I don't know if he'll even be able to tell me if it's clear. You should be able to, because it's on. What the fuck?
It gives me the option. I'll invite him back. Where did he go? There he is.
How does it sound, Mike? I'm actually getting annoyed.
Yeah, I can hear you. Whether it's on stream or not is yet to be noticed.
Mike's only heard me so far, so you guys need to make sure.
It sounds.
Alright, he says, Mars, you're good. And there goes Shadow again.
My machine's gonna break.
I'm aware.
Hello.
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 I swear to God, if it kicks me out again, I quit.
Don't jinx it.
Sounds like you're coming through just a slight bit static.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
I wish I had a solution.
Tell Shadow to try hosting. Tell him in the Discord, please.
Will do.
Hello.
Hooray.
I don't know if it's working.
Coming through. Alright, I'm coming through.
Alright.
How about you?
Alright. Testing. Hooray, I can hear myself. Okay.
Thank God. Alright.
I'm stacky, but I don't give a shit right now.
At this point, it's not gonna back out as long as it doesn't get awful.
Game bar. Fuck, it's so hard.
I don't think that's possible for an inanimate object.
I can try, god damn it.
How bad is the static, Mike? Flipping every word.
That would not be a good sign, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh god, I hear what he's hearing.
Alright, change the setting. Let's try it again.
Can we be heard?
Alright, testing, testing, testing.
And suddenly we sound very clear.
I unplugged my headset, fucked with the cord, and put it back in, so, I mean... If that was literally the solution, well... Just keep me updated on it, Mike. I don't know why my headphone... Probably a good sign to probably start getting a new one soon.
Probably.
Considering I'm getting $750 from the state, I'm going to, like... I'm probably gonna go buy a new one soon.
I would recommend something like a Turtle Beach. I've never really had an issue with them unless I've done something like sit on it. So.
That's not what I... Is that... I want to make... I'm definitely not going to get a repeat of that one I had. Hey, Hope. Because the one I bought that didn't even end up working. Ugh. Man. This is a really annoying way to start the stream. First all the bullshit, then Pat Carroll dies. Hopefully it stays... Hopefully it's only up from here.
And this stream shall be dedicated in the memory of Pat Carroll.
And I can't even do the world she's in because I will get struck down.
Do we want to dedicate this stream to them with how much issue we're having?
I mean, it's still nice to honor the fact that she died.
There.
Yeah, but sad news. But the voice of Ursula, both in the Little Mermaid content and the Kingdom Hearts, unfortunately passed away today. May she rest in peace, because, yeah, the only woman who's done the role since the role became a thing. Yeah, it's sad. Alright, are we doing Halloween Town or Agrabah?
Let's do Halloween Town, because I think you like that one more than Agrabah.
That's fair. You alright there, Shadow?
Yeah.
Cool.
Time for the guillotine ship. Teeny ship.
Halloween Town is a good place to start. I'm indifferent towards Halloween Town. This game's version of
Oh, you don't
Halloween
think
Town's
you-
just a little weird.
I mean, the whole game is kind of weird, so it fits.
Yeah, Mike, don't worry, you're not alone on that. Agrabah in this game... in this game, Agrabah's weaker in this game. While Magnet is a good thing, Hope, I'm not sure if I want to suffer just yet.
Just yet.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna suffer eventually.
Well, hopefully we can prolong that for a little while.
But yeah, you can't go wrong with Olympus, Mike.
Careful, they might find a way.
I don't think Olympus is going to be coming back anytime soon.
You never know.
Yeah,
I don't know what's coming back, whenever.
Yeah, hard to say. I call it Cyclops.
You call what?
Well, if you are watching the stream, you'd know.
Oh, Cyclops. The stream just caught up!
I've been building it. I know it just.
Well, I did... That doesn't mean I know the name.
I don't even know if I can use a tiny ship with this thing. Oh, I can.
Oh god.
I only made one though, so I'm not gonna make a second. I could have actually just saved it as a second. Oh, whatever. Teeny
It's
ships
so
are like...
small.
Yeah, it's called a teeny ship.
It needs to be teenier.
This sure is exciting.
Oh, fuck, it's this one.
Why does it look like the teeny ship has a butt?
Don't ask questions.
I just did.
Well, don't. You know Barrett didn't ask me
I'm
questions.
just not allowed to ask questions.
You know Barrett didn't ask me questions.
F-Zero.
I forgot about this stage.
Now it's become, oh, what's that? What was that one game? Monkey Run or something? Temple Run.
Temple Monkey Run.
Well, I just remember a giant monkey chasing you.
Yeah, the monkey chases you.
It makes you wonder what the heck the monkey's doing there.
Well, it is the Aztec ruins. I forgot getting a full ranking in this one is actually really hard.
Yes, Mike. Monkey.
Oh yeah.
Mars already made that joke on stream. We already had that joke.
You're about like 10 streams too late.
Yeah.
Thing is, I shared that joke with him. That's probably why he's making it.
Considering the reaction you got from that joke, though, I mean... Which, that's just to point out, you're a hypocrite, because you made that joke and now Hope's telling puns. I feel like this is punishment.
Marvin,
Don't I
you're a
get
hypocrite?
punished enough?
No way.
No. So that was the same clip where I got super pissed off that it was a gummy ship piece because somebody said it.
Were you the one that said it?
You said it was going to be.
No, you said you're gonna scream if it's a gummy ship piece. I said I'll laugh, and then it happened.
Oh yeah. Shadow blamed you for it, which is funny.
I always get blamed.
True.
Hope, if I could, I would label you old man medium.
Piece of cake.
The route is open.
Woohoo!
I got high winds level 7. Well, so I'll probably go back and do these properly later on. But for now, I'm not going to do them. It's fun just watching how broken these are.
Just a matter of getting through them.
Yep. Although I am probably gonna make a real one when we get to when we start heading back to the end of the game, because the end of the game's gonna make missions fun.
Also, Mike, I will totally try and bully him because he gives it right back.
It's a dog. It's a door. What's this?
Mike.
Hey, this is Halloween Town, right?
Well, it sure does look like Halloween.
I was referencing the song that Jack sings, but y'all are going crazy.
Hey, it's Zero. How have you been, boy?
What's this? What's this? There's crazies everywhere.
Story of my life. Also, we're at 21 followers now. So yay. Alright. One thing is probably here. Messing with gravestones is bad luck. Wow, the the timing of me reading that with the tombstone falling behind me is great. Messing with tombstones is bad luck.
What's that for?
Hey, look, it's your gummy ship.
That's Jack.
Sora, Donald, and Goofy! Welcome back! And Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas? Don't you mean Happy Halloween?
Of course! Halloween greetings from Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King! Forgive me, I'm in a Christmas mood. You see, I'm running the show again this year, but I need Santa Claus' blessing, so I'm off to Christmas Town.
Sandy Claus?
I think he means Santa Claus.
Aren't these decorations wonderful? This year, Halloween Town's going to handle Christmas too. But first, we have to visit Sally. She's working on something no self-respecting Santa Claus can do without. Come along, I'll show you.
A Halloween Town Christmas? Wanna go check it out?
Come on, hurry!
Mars, I know this isn't anything new, but why did you squeal?
What?
Why did you squeal a second ago?
Why did I squeal?
You made a sound.
I did?
I thought it was you. Somebody made a sound, and I don't know if it was you or Shadow.
Hello, Doctor. Where's Sally?
Can't you see that I'm in the middle of an experiment?
Hey, this is way too heavy. Then let's toss it.
You do, and you'll be sorry. Now bring it over here.
Hee-haw.
Sally's my spirit animal.
Imbeciles! Now my experiment is ruined!
Sally, did you finish it? I want to show my good friends.
I'm sorry, Jack. I need a little bit more time.
Oh. Well, that's all right. Just as long as it's ready for Christmas.
But, Jack...
I'd best be off. I've got to go get Sandy Claus right away. Wonderful to see you again. Goodbye for now.
Go get Santa Claus.
Sandy Claus.
Please, Sora. I'm afraid something terrible will happen if Jack goes through with this.
You can try that again.
Sora? Are those strange-looking fellows in the town square with you?
Huh? What fellows?
You know, the ones who wanted to spoil Halloween and Christmas? What are they called again? Heartless?
They're definitely not with us. But Donald, Goofy, and I can get rid of them for you. And then we can go see Santa! But first, the Heartless!
I love when the game reminds us that Sora's a kid. Like, the moment that the game reminds you that Sora is still a child is so funny to me. The kid got so lost in thought about Santa Claus.
I mean, to be fair, even as an adult, if I found out Santa was real, I would love to go meet him.
Honestly, though, same. I mean,
We all have a bit of child in our hearts.
I mean, not saying he's not real or anything, but, you know.
Options always open, huh?
Yep. Think of the children, Mars. I blame any parent that's letting their children watch my streams.
That's how their children watch your streams.
I mean, there is a child that watches my stream, but I also know who it is. Mars, yeah, Mars Pope's right. He is real. You can meet him in every mall.
I'm going to hell.
Now hear this, you fiends! Leave Halloween Town at once, by order of the mayor! Jack, where are you? I'm only an elected official. I can't handle this by myself!
Damn.
Jack!
We're on it.
The mayor is always been one of my favorite parts about this movie. Also, why can't I have fire like Jack's fire? Like, why does Jack?
I could
get
be
the
mean.
Why does Jack get the cooler fire? Even though I'm pretty sure both times Jack is the reason we beat Oogie Boogie.
Oh no, the mean thing was going to be towards you, but I'm not going to.
Wow, alright.
Hey, I said I'm not going to.
I know, but it's the principle of the thing.
Isn't that a good thing? Saying I don't hold a grudge concerning all the things he said to me.
What was that, Shadow?
I still love Halloween Town's ballad music.
Oh, Sam, it is. The people who worked on the music in this game are amazing. Yoko Shimomura knows how to lead a team of people.
They are, and it's made even better by the newer version in the HD remaster.
Oh, totally. Oh, you know, Mike's right. It's not even just the fact Jack can use fire. It's better to me. He can move with it. I can't. How is Santa Claus supposed to relax with all this going on? That's it, fellows. Santa Claus needs bodyguards. Are you up to the task? Us? Yeah. Donald is so judgmental to Sora.
His tail feathers are the only things unbandaged.
I mean, if it's not
What should
broken.
we bring along next time?
A bucket full of caterpillars!
Or something
Are you
even
saying the
worse?
rest are you saying the rest of it is?
Maybe.
Who's that? Some old hag?
Silence. A witch?
Perhaps you three could be of use to me.
The way she said witch sounded like bitch.
I'll show you the true meaning of mischief.
I just spit all over my
All
freaking
right,
screen.
bodyguards.
She is.
Christmas Town is
Well, she
this
is both,
way.
but
The doorway is in the woods just past the graveyard.
just
Well,
how
Maleficent just wrecked a couple of kids. I bet she feels real big right now.
probably does. But just the way Shock said witch, it came out so fast. It was like witch, and so it sounded like bitch. I was like, oh my god.
I think that would earn this game a T rating for sure.
I know, that's why I was shocked. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, but video games need more cursing.
You'd be shocked, locked, and barreled.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was bad.
Shot Mars.
No.
Wow. Man, you both are so rude.
You're told worse than that, so I'm not gonna take it from him.
You both are told. You both are pretty naughty with the puns. Behave yourselves.
What is behaving?
I don't know.
Something you don't do.
Also,
Is that a brand of cereal?
I'm glad that the game acknowledges the fact that Lock, Shock, and Barrel never actually saw Maleficent. That they were doing everything Oogie said for her without them ever actually having to meet her.
Yeah.
So a nice little detail that the game likes to remind you. Also, this game gives AP boosts like crazy.
It's what boost?
It gives AP boosts like crazy.
Hmm.
Like, in the first game, you had to pretty much synthesize them all to get them. This time around, I have so many. Look at this mystery door.
Is that Keyblade you're using really that useful?
I don't remember what it does. Hold on. Increases the effects of restoration shadows. Oh, no. I actually forgot I got it.
That's why I keep using Olympia or whatever it's called.
I have Hero's Crest on my Valor form.
Oh, Hero's Crest.
Which
one does he use?
Hero's Crest is a good one. I just want to keep it on Valor because it's pure. Like Hero's Crest is purely strength based. I'm actually gonna use the one from the Port Royal, Follow the Wind.
Follow the Wind.
Yeah.
Draws in nearby orbs.
Mostly because draw is a really good ability.
Nice one.
Oh, that was my phone. Something vibrated and I freaked out.
Oh.
And I didn't know what it was. It was just my phone. So no reason to freak out, but still. The only real interaction I ever had was at the Hollow Bastion in council meetings, so none of the worlds really had any level of interference aside from the Heartless. I mean, Maleficent appeared pretty heavily in Oh, another follower. Blaze Solaris. Thanks for following.
Oh, that's another friend of mine.
Well, Mars, you keep doing what you're doing because it seems to work. That is now 4 followers within the last couple weeks.
Congratulations, Mars. You've been promoted to advertising fox.
Oh God.
I mean, there was enough space back there to put it out. Never mind. I'm not gonna be mean when he's actually the person helping me.
The spooks of Halloween can get so tiresome year after year. I wanted something new, and I found this. Beyond this door is a world filled with wonders the likes of which you've never seen. At first, I couldn't believe my eyes. Everything was so fresh and exciting.
Come on, just open it.
Sora is such a child. I think what's sad about his excitement is of what's about to happen.
Cool.
Ow.
Well, thanks for coming and checking out, Blaze. It's
Did you
appreciated.
forget that, Mike?
In his workshop.
They don't do that in the original.
Shall we?
I thought he. Oh, I thought he played the Final Mix version.
Nope. In the original version of Kingdom Hearts 2, they did not get a costume change.
Which is stupid.
Yeah.
Limitations.
Yeah, like...
they couldn't program an extra costume for the 3 of them.
Right. I mean, I kind of understand it, because at the time they probably weren't thinking about it. But yeah, and yeah, Sora, I think actually the journal actually has both versions of each of their costumes, so give me 1 second. Nope, 9.
It looks so out of place in the original.
I know, it's so weird.
Also,
Okay.
did anyone notice how Sora's is a mix of both? Because he still has his teeth.
He always has the sharp teeth. Sora's 2 canine teeth are actually sharp regardless. He always has that. Yeah, Sora...
Even outside of Halloween Town World?
Yeah, it's just part of his character. But yeah. There is also something really cool about Sora's costumes that I will go over here in a few minutes. But yeah, I'm just going to give you guys a quick look at each one. Donald goes from a mummy to a snowman. Goofy goes from Frankenstein to a reindeer.
Ain't that adorable?
Yeah, no, Mike, the game has so many changes. It's really sad that not a lot... It's sad how much they changed between this and the final mix. Like, the final mix is such an overhaul. Also, the reindeer get their own little, journal entry. So you can see the undead, skeleton reindeer that he was riding on.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
You can almost see right through them.
And no, Mike.
You can see right through Donald.
Yeah, Mike, that is why I like this game. That's why another reason I really like 2. One of the little aspects I like is it's like a different game. Oh, that reminds me, I said I was going to show off Donald when I got to this point in Kingdom Hearts 2. So yeah, you can't see it as well in the first game, but in this game you can rotate the models.
Yeah, he's got no middle.
Yeah, there is just no midsection. He is a floating mummy. There's your daily nightmare fuel.
I think you broke Mike's brain.
Like, yeah, Mike did not get to play the final mix, so watching this is probably wild for him.
He hasn't even seen the half of it.
Oh yeah, we're still far from halfway done with it too. So, welcome to Tetsuya Nomura's Wild Ride.
Final Mix stands for fucked mind.
I mean, really, kind of. Wow, look at that place. Where's Santa? Where's Santa? Weren't you just judging Sora a moment ago about wanting to see Santa? Stupid,
I know, right?
stupid roasted duck.
To be fair, he did it twice.
Yeah, exactly.
Donald, you're a hypocrite. You're getting coal for Christmas this year.
That was actually... Didn't he get coal in Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas?
I think so.
I think that's actually what he got. Oh no, he got a big book of manners.
Oh yeah, deserved.
Man, I love that movie.
So do I. It was a great one.
So
if he keeps calling us bodyguards, does that mean he's paying us for this?
Look at Sora's portrait on the bottom right. The hat got the little wisdom fire. When you access forms in Final Mix, I do not think this was in the original, the forms changed Sora's costume across Halloween and Christmas Town. So for...
I think that it definitely did change the Halloween style ones in the original. But since there was no Christmas one, we can't make a comparison.
True.
You guys are not gonna let Calm go.
Oh no, I mean, to be fair, I don't expect
That
any of
is-
these people to let Chain of Memories go.
That is one deadly Jack-in-the-Box.
Yeah, Jack-in-the-Box enemies are actually really tough. But this also gives me a chance to show off Fowler. This gives me a chance to show off Valor forms. Look.
Oh, Valor.
I got distracted because of Hope.
He does that.
I just looked over and he was making another pun, so I got distracted. Can I change my party?
Alright, stop making puns.
Oh, yeah, you can also change your party from the pause menu this time around. I've never actually touched on this, but it's a cool little feature.
I think I need to go grab my dinner. My stomach is not happy.
Probably a good idea. And for Valor form, he gets a little... I don't know what that symbol's supposed to be, but he gets a symbol on his hat.
It looks like a fleur-de-lis.
Want to elaborate?
I'm trying to think if that would have any relation to Valor form.
If I may, why aren't you buying armor and accessories for Donald and Goofy? Honestly, I just never do. I really should give them armor and stuff, but I just forget. Actually,
You just like to make things hard on yourself.
They don't last long enough anyways. Does it matter?
Anything bad happen to Christmas?
That's where Santa Claus lives.
Actually, I do have some things on them. Hold on. I know. Goofy has the elven bandana. Mars?
Kevin?
You know what you're doing. Actually, they have some stuff. I just don't have enough, and I don't like spending the money. Because the money's good for later stuff.
Oh, I know darn well what I'm doing. I'm smiling.
Like, giving them stuff does help a little bit, but at the same time, I'm not going to get hung up on it if I don't give it to them. Because later on, that'll change, because it's easier once you actually have the stuff. Oh, hey, Freddy. Everybody's coming by.
Well, hello everyone. Did you come to see if you're on my nice list?
See, Marcia's real.
Sora, sir.
Let's see. Sora. Here you are. Well, according to my list, Sora, 7 years ago, you told everyone you did not believe in Santa Claus. Oh, that is unfortunate.
Am I on your list too by any chance? It's me, Jack.
Jack Skellington?
His eyes can see into my soul.
What sort of trouble did you bring this time?
This time?
It's a long story.
Jack.
This one actually takes place after the movie.
Which I think is a really clever way to do it, and I wish they did that more.
I don't know why, it's nice to see the aftermath.
Yeah. The merry-go-round is malfunctioning due to a lightning strike. Now it's dangerous.
Okay, so it is fleur-de-lis as the symbol for the Valor form. I'm just not finding anything in its symbolism that would relate to the Valor form.
I mean, is it a symbol of strength?
According to what I'm finding, it's a symbol of purity.
That's a little weird then, because that doesn't make sense, because that would be something that we get later. Whatever. It's probably just for looks anyways at this point. I wouldn't be surprised. Nomura's a little strange. Oh god, I just remembered to fight for this visit.
Alright.
Why do we have to hide?
Silence. Well, this is a pleasant surprise. That fool Jack brought Sora and the others with him. Now we can deal with all of them at once.
What do you want us to do?
Who's there?
Busted!
Oh my god, that's Lil from Rugrats, isn't it?
Oh,
What?
Shock is voiced by Lil from Rugrats, isn't she?
It's Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Not those three.
I assure you they're not with us.
Well, whatever the case, they've been quite naughty. Catch them and bring them back here. They're going to get a lecture.
Mr. Claus, I wanted to talk to you about Christmas first.
It'll have to wait. I need to see how things are progressing in my workshop.
Come on, Jack. Let's catch those little pranksters.
Oh, all right then.
You know, I also want to, there's something I want to point out. And this isn't a Kingdom Hearts thing, this is the actual Nightmare Before Christmas. They've never seen snow because, like, they have this whole thing where it doesn't snow on Halloween and all that. They've clearly never been to Colorado.
Or Michigan.
Yeah.
They only come out in what, October? Does it snow in October?
Wait, what?
Does it snow in October in Colorado?
How graceful, Kevin.
I guess that Colorado just doesn't exist in Nightmare Before Christmas world.
Probably, to be fair though, in Colorado, it snows 90% of the year. Snow and rain. Also, that was Jack's limit break.
My mom actually wants to move to Colorado. I'm like, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, tell her no.
I've been trying to tell her the horror stories, but she's not listening.
Yeah, I was gonna say, tell your mother there's horror stories.
I think I just got shot.
I did. I can't believe Sora's fucking dead.
Well, I got a scoop. I got D&D to get to.
Alright.
Okay.
Hopefully this stream goes well without any more issues.
Hopefully.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
It was nice to see what I could.
Alright, Mars.
See ya.
See ya.
See you later. Have fun.
Plug in my laptop. There we go.
Rest in peace, Sora. He took to the skies.
And nothing of value was totally lost. Now we can hopefully get a better protagonist.
Right. Guess rucksack.
Donald! It's over! Back off! Yeah! Yeah!
But if we lose Sora, then nobody is the main character.
Mike has made that joke so many times now. Or similar types of jokes. Alright. I'm starting to realize I'm a little... My god, you guys. This isn't even clever. Oh my god. I love you guys. All of you, but oh my god.
You know what I just realized Mike's nobody name would be?
What?
Kiss Me.
Oh my god. Since it was brought up, I'll buy them fucking beer.
It's because the X sounds like an S sometimes.
There, now they both have a ring. Are we happy now? My god. There, they have gear now. How did the footprints carry over into this area?
A wizard did it.
Or a bitch. A witch.
The wicked bitch of the West.
God, I would totally go for a Wicked or Wizard of Oz world in this game.
Oh hell yeah! But you know Disney can never get the rights to that.
They probably
to
never
that
would.
franchise. They tried so hard, but they just can't get it.
To destroying that ridiculous Christmas town. But now that Sora and those imbeciles are here, I think a change of plan is called for. Revenge before pleasure, after all.
What kind of revenge?
The magnificent, malevolent kind, of course.
That sounds really bad. Like Oogie's kind of bad. And that's super duper bad.
Oogie Boogie. That bag of incensed insects? How intriguing. And where might I find him?
Jack and his dumb, stupid friends destroyed him.
Ah, yes. Now I remember. More intriguing still. I believe I'll bring your master back for you.
What did you share? Oh. See, everything wants to remind you, Shadow.
It really.
God, your birthday is almost a week away.
I know.
I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. And you're not stopping me.
God.
I will chain you to a chair so you have to accept it.
I am both curious and also terrified.
Good. Wait, hold on. What? There's just a puddle here that they happen to step in that... What? Storytelling elements. Why? That's...
Yes.
I can't even be mad about it. That's clever. That's stupid, but clever. I hate it. It's the melted... Oh! Okay, that's clever.
I feel like a million bugs. I really owe you one for this, Maleficent.
Indeed you do, Oogie. Do you remember Sora, Donald, and Goofy?
Do I remember them? Ah! You're too much! I'll never forget what they did to me. What was it they did to me?
Squashed you like a bug.
That sounds bad.
And Jack helped.
Even worse.
They creamed you.
That's right. That's right! That's one thing I won't be forgetting anytime soon. It's the last thing I remember. And it's the only thing I'll remember until I teach those clowns not to mess with Mr. Oogie Boogie!
Yes, that's right. That's the spirit. And I have the perfect plan already in mind. Have you ever heard of Christmas Town?
Mr. Oogie! Wake up! Wake up! We want to see how bad you are.
It seems he needs more time to recover. You three, stay here and keep Sora and the others occupied. My Heartless will help you, but do not fail me.
There they are.
Stop them! Tie him down! Get him!
Wait, is it not this visit?
What?
I thought I fought him this visit, not the machine. Wait. How long is this visit?
Give me strength.
Hi, Scar. How long is this visit?
I'm pretty sure it's Oogie this time, the experiment next time.
Oh, so this place has a mid-boss, so that's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I can also I can finally show off this. That was the thing. It is not a good ability. Chicken Little. That's all Star has to say on that. This thing has a lot of defense. I don't think this thing is not called the experiment. I don't remember what this thing is called actually. Yeah, a lot of people don't know Chicken Little's in this game because the summons get kind of ignored. Which is a shame because the summons are actually really, like I've shown, the summons are pretty cool in this game. Behold the most shoehorned character in the game. The Prison Keeper is this one. Oh, the Prison Keeper. Okay. I was on a roll too. I knew most of the Heartless up until the Illuminator, and then I couldn't remember this one even slightly. Shadow, if are you able to invite Scar?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Oh yeah, so Sora's little pumpkin thing turns into a little black mage on his hat if you go into wisdom form. Because I can show that off now. Hello, Scar.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you doing? You can be heard on stream. Or...
Oh. I'll invite him back.
Thank you. That fight was actually not that bad. That was fun. Let's go see if Mr. Oogie's ready. Oogie? Isn't that the one who tried to take over Halloween Town before? That's him, fellas. I hope you're ready for trouble. Don't we have enough trouble already? Fucking thank you, Goofy, for being the smart one.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't want to deal with this.
Now I've lost my way. Oh, this is utter foolishness. I should be getting ready for Christmas.
Is that you, Mr. Santa Claus?
Yes, but please call me Santa Claus.
Of course. Mr. Santa Claus, I was hoping I'd find you here. You
Scar, are you there?
It's very important that you go back to Christmas Town. I'm afraid something terrible is going to happen if you don't.
Well, I am behind on my preparations. All right, tell Jack I'll be waiting for him at home. He had something to say to me about Christmas.
But that's just it. Please, go home and lock the door. And if Jack knocks, don't open it.
There. The large one in red.
All I gotta do is kidnap him?
That's right. Lock him up at once. Then begin destroying Christmas Town. That's sure to make Sora and the other fools come running.
And then they're all mine!
Yes. And in the meantime, I'll turn Santa Claus into Santa Heartless.
Are we done? Who's there?
What's wrong, Sally? Jack, Oogie's kidnapped Santa Claus. Oh no. And he's headed for Christmas Town. Come on, Jack, let's hurry.
Oh my god.
I told him to reset it. I don't know if he saw my message.
Scar, try to reset your Wi-Fi or your computer or whatever.
Not even just... I'm probably not even the computer. Just try to reset game bar.
I still don't know how to do that. Despite you guys telling me it's a thing.
Scar did it once? I thought Scar knew. Never mind. I thought if you like Control-Alted it, it should let you restart game bar. Or am I just crazy?
Well, you're already crazy.
Give it a minute and try to just rejoin. Then if you can't figure it out, try Control-Alting it for one and see if that works. Stupid that it's just not wanting to cooperate today. Oh, that was weird.
I've done a little redecorating. Wait, something's not quite right. I know what it is. We just need a little more of that Oogie flair.
I do hope our jolly old friend is looking forward to becoming a Heartless. Oh, clumsy oaf!
Are you still here? Why don't you Oogie on back where you came from? You're cramping my style.
Have you already forgotten who brought you back, you insolent bag of bugs?
Sorry, can't remember a thing.
Very well, you ingrate. You'll rue the day you spurned my help.
Why is Mike saying Mommy Maleficent?
I have no idea.
Also, Scar says try again.
Alright.
That's Santa's house.
Alright, let's see if it worked. Please work, game bar. Hello.
Hello.
It's working now.
Better. I'm ready to fight a computer.
Me too.
God, why does it want to be a... Why is it being worse today?
I have no idea.
Also, there's something I wanted to point out from that cutscene. Right when the cutscene transitioned over, it showed the boss fight wall raising up. Like, they preemptively loaded the boss fight arena, so when you get there, you just go straight to fighting him. But that was so weird, because I don't know if you saw that or not.
I didn't.
Yeah, like right when the scene transitioned over from us entering to, yeah, once the thing transitioned over, it showed the boss arena wall coming up while they were talking. I'm sorry, Scar. Hopefully it's just today, and like Tuesday will be better when we come back on Tuesday. Or next time you're available. It's just sad that the one time he's actually available to join, it wants to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, seriously, I'm sorry, bud.
I'm sad about that. Everything is just not wanting to work today, and it's really upsetting.
I just reset my Wi-Fi whenever that happens and my computer.
He said it wasn't the Wi-Fi, so I'm not sure.
Dude, even if it's not...
Every little thing helps, so if it's not, but it's hard to say. Oh, that's the comment I wanted to use. It's fine, it's not the Wi-Fi, the connection is fine. Yeah, I really wish I knew why it was just being Xbox was being a hassle today.
Try resetting your computer just to see if that does anything.
Yeah, resetting the computer is an option. I meant to also use my drive form, but I fucked up on that. Because when I'm being kicked, I am not leaving the party. Oh, okay, so it's doing that. Yeah, we'll try to get you back in with the next time you're around, Scar. Just getting really tired of this.
Jack Skellington!
Oogie!
You and I have a score to settle, Jack. Same goes for your little sidekicks.
What are you planning to do with Sandy Claus?
Who? Sandy Claus? I don't know what you're talking about. And why is this roly-poly red guy here? Time to go, Grandpa!
Mr. Santa Claus!
Why, you...
I do want to point out that this is the second time he's body slammed her. It's not even the first time that's happened. The Keyblade looks cool. Yeah, we got this one from Port Royal.
This is one of my favorite fight games in the whole game.
I'm indifferent to this fight.
The theme, not the battle.
Oh, the theme. Okay, that I'll agree. Yeah, but this Keyblade's still the Pirates of the Caribbean one, Scar. Also, Oogie has so much less health than the boss fight before this.
It's over.
This fight's not even hard, it's just irritating. But yeah, unfortunately, this fight falls into the gimmick fights that I really do not like. And I'm about to fucking die. Okay. There we go. Somehow survived.
I mean, at least you're doing something different this time around.
True.
It's just that unfortunately this fight is a step down from the first one.
Yeah. I do also want to point out Oogie Boogie practically destroys his own Heartless half the time.
That is sad.
No one said he was smart. Yeah, well, to be fair, Oogie's literally suffering from memory issues. Which I think is actually pretty clever how they handled this. It's like, oh, Maleficent brought him back. Oh, he doesn't remember jack shit. Which is why it's funny when he doesn't even recognize Santa. Yeah, well, I don't think... this one's not Naminé's fault. This one's Maleficent's doing. Like, this one was not Maleficent's doing, thankfully.
Here's a red roly-poly-oly.
Yeah, I do like the fact that Oogie gets so confused. Like, what is this red roly-poly doing? It's like, Oogie Boogie, please. Everything does so much damage. I'm also gonna level up because of Oogie Boogie killing his own people. Game, how am I supposed to avoid that if you're not gonna let me? I like that he still says his little odd baby catchphrase even though he's not using dice this time around. And I have officially made it to where Jack has beaten Oogie Boogie every single time.
Oh my god.
I did that on purpose. Oh yeah, Scar, the combat's superior.
All right, Christmas is safe again.
Perfect. I'd better get down to business.
Yup, you
Ready.
want to stick to Halloween and spooky stuff.
Jack,
Like that weird-looking Santa, Patrick.
here, it's done.
Wonderful. Why, I love it. Thank you, Sally.
Jack, do you really have to do this?
But I make a splendid Santa Claus.
Listen here, Jack Skellington. You saved me in Christmas as well, and for that I'm very grateful. But please promise you won't cause any more trouble. And about that suit, don't even think about taking over for me again.
I just thought you could use a little help this year, Mr. Claus. You must be exhausted from all the preparations. And I wouldn't mind a second chance to get this Christmas thing right.
Yes, being Santa Claus can be tiring. But let me tell you something, Jack. Seeing the happy faces of little children when they discover the presents I've brought them makes it all worthwhile. Year after year after year. And you, Jack, you love to make them gasp and see them shiver with fright. What if someone tried to take all of that away from you? We both have very important jobs to do, Jack. Mine is to take care of Christmas, and yours is to take care of Halloween. So we each have to do the very best we can. After all, you're the face of Halloween, Mr. Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King, the Knight of Nightmares. And even though you're fascinated with Christmas, Jack, Halloween is your true specialty. Don't you see? Children rely on both of us to do our jobs. Halloween needs your attention, and I know Christmas needs mine. Urgently.
You're right. I am the master of terror. And if Halloween has become too routine, all I have to do is think of something new that'll really make them scream.
Jack! Oh, Jack! I've been looking for you everywhere. We must go over the plans for next Halloween. I can't do a thing without your approval.
So true.
Good luck, Jack Skellington.
Well, there he goes.
Yes, and I've got lots of names to check and preparations to finish.
Oh, Jack, this is no time for joking.
What's this? Perhaps a bit too festive for our Halloween needs.
I never understood this one.
Me
We better
neither.
get going.
Before you do,
Like, this one's
Sora,
completely out of
I
nowhere.
believe there's a friend of yours who, if I recall correctly, was the one who told you there's no such thing as Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah. He did say that.
Be sure to give him my very best wishes.
I will, but... do you know where I can find Riku?
No, but don't give up. Remember, if you believe in Riku, you will find him, just as you found me.
Right.
Got magnet. Agrabah's not where you get at magnet. How the fuck?
Maybe waiting isn't good enough.
My thoughts exactly. If you have a dream, don't wait. Act. One of life's little rules. Got it memorized?
Who are you?
Axel. I happen to be an acquaintance of Sora's. Why don't we go see him?
Sora?
We've got something in common, Kairi. You and I both miss someone we care about. Hey, I feel like we're friends already.
You're not acting very friendly. Hey, what is this place?
You okay?
What?
You and that dog came flying out of a hole in the wall. You nearly gave us heart attacks.
Looky there! Twilight Town! Yep, I can see it. It's back again.
So,
This is where the anime and Disney stuff really start to clash.
right? So, we can go back now, but we are severely underleveled.
Yep.
So we're not going to do that just yet. That is going to be... Actually, that's going to be 2 worlds from now. Oh, we have... It's only... It's not actually that late right now, so we'll see how long we decide to go.
Back to the Disney bullshit.
Right? You can outright skip... You can literally just ignore Agrabah. And you just never have to even open up the last world.
We're gonna do them all just for the hell of it.
Oh, yeah, no,
Aside Atlantica.
yeah, unfortunately, I'll probably just go over everything Atlantica gives. But otherwise, yeah, we're not doing Atlantica, unfortunately.
That sucks.
Yeah, I'm sad that she's gone, but that's like copyright. Why is everybody screaming Disney World? Every time you fucking say Disney. Every time, Shadow. Every time.
You're welcome.
Oh, God, you're a joy sometimes. Yeah. So, unfortunately, Atlantica is the one that will get copyright strike, not claimed. Because I post these on YouTube, Hope. Everything else I'm fine getting claimed. I could get a strike for Atlantica.
I mean, unless you leave the Atlantica stuff for Twitch exclusive and cut it out in the YouTube playthrough.
I mean, that's possible. But yeah, unfortunately, since I posted, I don't want to lose my YouTube channel. But that's an idea, just... Well, I got really British for a second.
Scar has realized what kind of ship you have.
Yeah. But I'll probably do it on Twitch and just cut it out like Shadow said on YouTube, but we'll see. Yeah, like, I understand copyright stuff and everything. It all makes sense. Oh my god, Shadow left. Fuck. I'll say, Scar, this is the ship, because I don't want to explain it again, so watch the VODs. I need to see if I can get Shadow back in. Yeah, unfortunately a lot of stuff does not fall into fair use. Not yet, anyways. Let's hope it's not going to keep doing that for you, because if it is, we're going to have to try something. Unfortunately, yeah, the audio does not fall into fair use because 2 of the songs are actually from the movies. Just Haley Joel Osment joins in for a duet with Ariel. I don't know if you can be heard. If it works, I'll start explaining why I have the ship designed this way.
I have a feeling it's gonna kick me out again at this rate.
Probably. But to explain the ship, the ship, the game is... Okay, they said they hear you.
Okay, good.
The game is programmed to where the Heartless enemy ships attack the center of the hitbox. And with that being in mind, there's a giant opening in the middle. So everything just goes through the middle and doesn't give me damage. Broken. That's all it is. But yeah, they say that, but hopefully it sticks that they can hear you.
I hope so.
Like, we were doing so good for a while.
Yeah.
Agrabah! But yeah, that ship is totally designed on purpose because you just don't get hit.
Gosh, I wonder how Aladdin and Jasmine are doing.
Hey, maybe Riku's with them.
Yeah, I am the king.
Keep dreaming, you two.
Come on, Donald, you were thinking the same thing.
No, I wasn't.
Uh-oh, it's a Iago.
Wait, you got me all wrong!
You're Iago, all right.
No, I mean it's not the old me. I turned over a new feather. I'm legit. No more scams. Promise.
That's your new scam.
You gotta believe me.
Sora, let's go.
I was stuck inside that lamp with Jafar, remember? But I finally escaped. Then some things happened.
So, free as a bird, huh?
Have fun.
Gosh, fellers, he looks pretty sad.
I want to apologize to Aladdin and Jasmine. Could you guys maybe put in a good word for me?
Sure. We can do that, can't we?
Watch out!
Man, this game is just gonna continue to get more and more sad. Because all these voice actors are gone.
I know. Rest in peace, Gilbert Godfrey.
Because this is the last time that the guy who did Mickey does Mickey too, isn't it?
He actually played Mickey in 45 They Were 2 Days. That was his very last one.
Okay, I couldn't remember which one came first because Days is just a little weird. Yeah, everybody's freaking out over Iago's teeth.
Birdie teeth.
Honestly, I didn't even notice it. Does Iago have teeth?
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, let me pay attention then.
Where are they all coming from?
Oh, he does! Why does he have teeth?
Because cartoon bird.
This way!
Gilbert Godfrey's his scream is so good. God, Blaze, why'd you point that out? Oh, it looks so weird. Well, we'd have been goners if Iago hadn't helped us. Ain't that right, fellas? I guess we owe you one. Perfect. But we'll have to win over Jasmine and Aladdin yourself. Be on your best behavior, got it? Yeah, I got it. Where is Aladdin anyway? I bet you he's at the palace. Let's go. Too bad Iago's not a party member.
I know, right? We have Gilbert Godfrey with us.
If it wasn't for what happened last time, Aladdin and Jasmine wouldn't be together. So in a way, I'm responsible for that. That's not gonna fly for them, buddy. I promise you that. It seems Aladdin's at the palace. I hope everything's okay. I'd like to see Genie again, now that he's free from the lamp. You know what? That's true. Because Genie went back to Agrabah after we freed the worlds. Remember when Aladdin fell for Princess Jasmine? We had one heck of a time stopping Jafar from taking over the palace. You're telling me, buddy. I think I struggled a lot in
Oh, that
Hyderabad.
was so long ago. That was a whole month ago. Wow.
It really was. Like, I'm surprised that it's been a month and we're still going strong with the Kingdom Hearts games.
Right.
I can't break that yet. I was about to ask where is the palace, but I remember the way to actually remember where it is.
The palace is gone. It's a myth.
Oh my god, I just realized that Freddy said Poggins.
Oh my god.
Iago's teeth apparently really fucked him up. Oh god. Hopefully we stay on this pace so I could start saving up for a computer. Because honestly, I really am, as soon as I can drop this stupid game bar, I am switching over and letting you guys do all you can with Discord.
Sounds good to me. Fuck game bar. Discord is way better.
Jasmine.
Sora, Donald, Goofy.
That is not Jasmine's original voice actress.
I never had the chance to thank you for before. You helped Aladdin defeat that awful Jafar and save Agrabah.
All in a day's work. But, it looks like the Heartless are up to no good again. Is there any way we can help you out?
I think we're all right for now.
And you always got Aladdin.
He hasn't been himself lately.
Huh? Is it because of the Heartless?
I'm not sure. Usually, he's the same cheerful Aladdin. But sometimes, he just seems sad. He leaves the palace and goes off by himself all the time. I've asked him about it, but he says nothing's wrong. He's gone again today. What if he doesn't come back this time?
Hey, maybe he's got a secret girlfriend. I know. I'll go find out who she is.
Iago! Quick, Sora! Oh, catch him! And I'll warn the guards and everyone in the palace.
That's the thing. Iago's not... Nice move.
Maybe it's something you said. Gee, maybe we should go talk to Aladdin. He's got to be somewhere in town, right?
Good idea. I wonder what he's been doing.
Stop, thief! Hi, Sora. Come back here! If you can't control that furball, put a leash on him. Look, I'm sorry. You should be ashamed of yourself, Abu. No hard feelings? Abu?
Wait, who's this?
I think... Okay, so sorry about that. I think that was, what's their name? I think that was Chief's girlfriend. I
Wait,
switched it to invite. Yeah, that was weird.
Chief has a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry about
Thought
earlier.
that
I was
he
kinda in
didn't
a
swim
hurry.
that way.
What happened?
You know Abu, he couldn't keep his paws off that lamp. No talking your way out of this one.
That's why I tell you guys to make sure the party is always set to invite, because... Yeah, sorry about that. Somebody joined, and we don't... And they... Yeah, I didn't invite them. Sorry about that. Also, Mike, I looked it up. That was... it does sound like her, but that was not the same voice actors for Lila. Because...
The party is set to invite only, so I don't know how they got in.
Oh, I changed it.
Oh. But I know that Chief had a girlfriend. I thought that he swung the other way.
Yeah, so did I.
Huh. Alright then.
But yeah, no, oh, that's right. So, I forgot. Jasmine's voice actress. Linda Larkin is who does Jasmine's voice here, and I thought the same thing, Mike, but yeah, no, it's not.
It doesn't really fit her that well.
Yeah, I don't like the voice they gave her. She's worried because you're always in town. Got a new girlfriend? Donald! Still, I guess there's no fooling Jasmine, huh? See, Genie and Carpet took off to see the world. It's what Genie always wanted, so I wished him the best and all, but you miss him. Man, things must be really quiet with Genie gone. Yeah, that's why I come here. The action, the people. There's always something going on. I mean, come on. I met you guys here today, right? This place is full of surprises. Sora. Iago? Oh, right, he wants to apologize for all the trouble he caused. Oh, he does? Gosh, he's so sorry he's shaking. Except no, everybody's stupid. That's the lamp! What about it? It was the lamp, you know, the one with Jafar in it. Come on, there's a million like it. No, there's not! Hey, I was locked in that thing for months. There's no way I'd mistake it. Poor Abu. Then we better go and talk to that peddler. Right behind you. This part irritates me because there's not a lot of black magic lamps.
Right.
It's just like, I understand that it's a possibility, but Oh, it's once more in second chance. No, the lamp wasn't destroyed. The lamp was used to store Jafar inside of it and then sealed away. That's what happened.
Yeah, like, the lamp is destroyed in the second movie.
Yeah, which is sort of what this one's based off of. I say sort of because it's barely at all. Yes, the world in this game takes place in a weird time place between 1 and 2. Because it never actually gets handled.
Mike, you're grounded.
Also, I was right. Yeah, it was who I thought it was, because they just messaged me saying you're mean because they didn't realize I was live.
Wow.
Yeah, I apologized, but yeah, caught me off guard.
Get wrecked.
So that was still funny. Yeah, and like Hope said, this is the most broken spell in the game. Magnet is fun. Why can I still have to destroy this?
Playing with magnets is also fun.
There we go. Also true. I was trying to... I guess you can't break it normally. Sora's dancing like he's at the disco with that thunder attack. Also, come to think about it, my high jump hasn't leveled up a lot recently. When does that level up again?
Probably at the max level, I think.
Oh, well, I also can't level it up anymore anyways. But it's still only level 1, which kind of needs to be higher for a lot of these things. But let's go talk to the peddler. Oh. Oh, so I just want to point out, so we were in here just a moment ago. It was empty. Watch what happened. Oh, it hasn't happened yet. Never mind. Is there any way we could buy that lamp from you? Of course. That is, if you can afford it. Oh, no worries. Yeah, we can pay you in royal Donald! Might I be able to interest you in another fine lamp? No, that's the one we need. Oh well, perhaps I can be persuaded. If you bring me a treasure beyond even my imagination, something safe fit for a sultan. Donald! Treasure? That could be tricky. There's a lot at the palace, but it's not mine to take and I can't ask. I don't want to worry Jasmine or the Sultan. Hey, I know. What about the treasure in the Cave of Wonders? Alright, Iago, you lead the way. And after we get the treasure, I might even believe your apology. You can count on me. Donald's always ruining everything.
Yep. You're ruining my life!
I wonder if we're gonna run into a certain Heartless in this sometime soon.
A certain Heartless, eh?
It's a rare one, just... I'm curious because it's how you get the ultimate weapon, and I don't want to grind for it if I could just get it to show up.
Ah.
Not yet. I know all the places it can show up, it's just annoying to get to show up sometimes. Oh, whoops, that's not fire anymore. And the Fat Bandits. They make a comeback.
Oh joy.
And we all know how I feel about them after the first game. I just love them, apparently. Totally don't hate them at all.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We love Fat Bandits here.
You mean thick... Scar!
Damn, boy! You a thick boy!
Behave your
That's a thick boy!
Behave your heathenistic tendencies.
Extra thick!
Does he ever actually say that in the cartoon? It's been a long time, so I don't remember.
He does. It's when he's ordering a pizza.
He's ordering a pizza?
Yeah, he wants extra thick crust, I guess.
Man, we don't call it that nowadays. Yeah, we just call that stuffed crust. Which, I mean...
Extra thick stuffed crust.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of... I'm also just, because I work at a pizza place, I'm kind of just jaded, but that's probably partially why. I've never heard somebody order an extra thick pizza, but you know what? My life is still young.
If someone made a, no.
This is it!
What were you saying?
Somebody made a parody music video. Well, they edited together a parody music video of Aku singing Extra Thick. It's a parody of.
You just cut out. What was it?
Someone edited a parody of Feel Good with Aku.
Oh.
Him saying Extra Thick.
Feel Good Inc.
Yeah, by the Gorillas.
Man, I need to listen to Gorilla stuff again. We serve food here, sir.
Feel Thick Inc.
Back off. Gather. Let's go. Gather.
I sent a link.
Okay, cool. Also, I want to point out, somebody did actually explain what Bubble Bass orders in that episode of SpongeBob.
Of course they did.
It actually makes sense if you've worked in a burger joint. Apparently with like an 80s and 90s thing. And I don't know if that makes it worse or better.
Probably worse.
But apparently it's a heart attack. Yeah, Binging with Babish did it. Yeah, from what I saw, it looks super unhealthy.
I can't believe they actually brought back Bubble Bass for another episode.
I mean, he's been around for a couple, background-wise, but...
But he was actually a main character in an episode.
Oh, that's so weird. Why?
It's of him trying to move out of his mother's place, and he kind of cons Patrick and SpongeBob into helping him.
That's so dumb.
New SpongeBob was dumb. I hate it.
Oh, I'm well aware you do. There have been no shortage of lizard complaints about SpongeBob's newest seasons.
Probably so.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Not at all. A jewel floats above. Okay, so this one, I've always thought this looked stupid.
It's magic, I tells you. Magic!
I want to point out, they never explain any of this.
Yep.
Mike, we're not there. We haven't fought David Bowie yet. Patience. Ow. Also, this room is trippy as fuck. Ooh, fire boost. And an increased boost. A defense boost. Thanks, Brian.
I'm gonna go AFK, I'll be back.
Okay.
I'm back. Let's go, little teamwork.
Take this.
It probably does. It would make sense that the blizzard does more damage, honestly. Alright, let's look at all those puzzle pieces I just got. Alright, AP boost, and I'm gonna guess this is a map. Yep, the Cave of Wonders map. Go figure.
There, that one should do it. Sure looks valuable. Great, now let's go get that lamp. We gotta keep Jafar bottled up, or he's gonna destroy Agrabah. Hey, snap out of it, Donald.
Yeah, Mike, I agree with you. The maps are given so late. It's like near the end of every at the end of every area you're already done with. So why are they giving them so late?
God damn it.
Yeah, you're telling me, Mike. That was a lot of them. Night, hun. See you later. Love ya.
Let's go.
Hello?
That fight was
Why
annoying.
didn't hand it over?
Oh no, I'm trading it for treasure. This lamp is going to bring me riches.
Oh, no, you don't. Get back here, you little...
And now the best thing. I can now quick run! I can finally quick run outside of Wisdom form.
Thank you.
It's mine!
Lamp hog?
Go away!
Gotcha!
No fair!
I win! Huh? Oh.
Nice one, Iago.
Way to go! Look! Behind you!
Nice try, Bird Brain. Just wait till Jafar's free. He's gonna make one beauty of a Heartless.
You know, Iago could have just, you know, flown upwards.
I'm home! Al! It's been eons! Al, you princely little muffin, you! Cosmic travel can get so lonely without a friend. To think I left you forlorn and genieless! Oh, the humanity!
Genie?
Hey, Al, have you been putting on weight? Oh, of course, what am I saying? You're living at the palace now!
Aladdin!
Jasmine! I
I can just picture it. Wait, tell me, am I being a pest? Just a big blue pest? Oh, who cares, Al? I'm just so glad to see you!
Genie.
I'll teach you to make a fool out of me!
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Time for Plan B. I'm finishing you mugs off right now!
So much happened in that cutscene.
Probably a bit too much.
Yeah. God damn it.
Ouch.
I generally don't know why I switched to Goofy at all in that moment. Like, genuinely, I don't know why I switched over to Goofy.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, so I guess for some reason I thought Valor was a good idea. And it wasn't. Let's try it again. I'm gonna use Wisdom for this time.
Good idea.
By the way, these are also the Fire and Blizzard Lords.
Yeah, it looks that great to me. They just look like the Bat Bodies, but now with elemental powers.
Pretty much.
Or large bodies. Bat Bodies are later.
Yeah, you keep mistaking the Birth by Sleep variants.
Yeah, well, they're both badasses with some routines.
You messed with me for the last time, I'm gonna get you yet!
Yeah! All right! Hey.
By the way, that cutscene with them putting the lamp away fills me with so much insufferable rage. And you'll see why during the second visit. It's not them doing that. It's what happens with it that just pisses me off. You won't regret giving me another chance. Honest. Princess Jasmine, you're sure you want that pigeon in the coop? Oh, I think Iago's shown that he means well. Sure, you're probably right. And how much trouble can one noisy bird be? You just might have a point there, kid. I mean, we speak from experience. What happens next, Sora? Well, it was great seeing you all. But we still need to find Riku and the king. Guess we'll be moving on. I hope you find them. Me too. Hey, where's Aladdin? He ran off towards the town looking for a meal, but he should be back by now. I can't miss Sora's big farewell party. I'll have him back in a jiffy.
Oh, boo! Catch him! He must have secretly stolen it from the Cave of Wonders.
I guess some things are just hard to resist.
And another one that doesn't make sense. Like, if we're being perfectly honest, I would have made Jafar's lamp the keyhole. Am I overthinking this?
Yeah, I stopped caring.
Man, I do feel partially bad because you really wanted this game, but there are so many plot elements that have completely destroyed this for me and you. I'm so fun with the boss fights
it's fair
are fun.
if you don't think about it.
Right? I missed 20 years ago when I didn't have to.
What is it? I think it's time for us to go.
Will you be back?
We will. I promise.
Like, all the boss fights, all the gameplay stuff, it's all super fun. But as soon as we get to anything related to the plot, I'm just like, why? With the hope of two friends, use the summon command to call forth Genie for a helping hand. But like, truthfully, I'm still having fun with it. But at this point, I'm having fun pointing out just there's so many better choices this game could have made. Alright, we're gonna do this optional world. Just because I know, like, literally half of the people present are a bunch of furries.
Yourself included.
Oh, I mean, Shadow, look at the tags on the stream and get back to me on this.
Just saying.
Oh, I know. I out myself. It's fun. It's fun having you around.
I'm glad you think so.
Then again, it wouldn't be the same without the humor. Yeah, Mike, that's fair, but at the same time, it's like you can have humor and some sensibility. Like, the jewel from the Cave of Wonders has no reason to be the keyhole. Jafar's lamp makes more sense, because it was literally the plot device.
Imagine if it was Iago.
I mean, I would even accept that, because, like, it was the plot device. Same
Gilbert
with
got freeze the key to the world.
Oh my god. But same with Jack's costume. It was the plot element, so it makes sense. Why not just use the plot element? You know, like they did with the first three. Because the rose was the keyhole for, the rose for Beast Castle was the keyhole. The sword that Mulan used, that Mulan got gifted, was the plot element. Olympus was the stone that you had to risk your life to get. And for Hollow Bastion, it was the membership card. Why is it here it stopped counting? Like, there's plot elements. I'm not tirading about it for right now. Because like I said, there's still stuff that I'm enjoying, so I'm not too heavily strung up on it, but it's just, my point makes sense. As much as we don't want it to make sense. Why not do both? Have it be the huge treasure you win in the cave? Actually, that's true, because we had, like, this treasure thing. We got something from the Cave of Wonders, and that wasn't the plot element. Like, Hope even makes another point.
Just make the Cave of Wonders the keyhole.
Again, that would also count. Like, that would still be acceptable. Like, I don't understand why the jewel that what's-his-face, Apu, just happens to steal was the key. I don't know. It's just, I'm only bugged by it because it's the only one that, it's the odd man out of all of them. And that's the only reason I have an issue with it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm actually going to save my judgment because I think the Pride Lands does the same thing. I'm going to hold my judgment because I feel like we're about to see it again anyways. I don't remember what the Pride Lands one is.
It's Pumbaa.
It's what?
Pumbaa.
I'm just gonna pretend like I know what you're talking about.
Pumbaa, the Warhog.
Oh, Pumbaa. I thought you were saying Kumba, so I was like, who the fuck is Kumba?
Didn't tell you.
I could just make a character with that name to fuck with you now.
I wouldn't mind.
I know you wouldn't.
More fun.
Alright, we're on to one of my favorite worlds in the game. So let's see how this goes. Also, I like the color progression. I just kind of want to point something out because I'm an art dork. So, from right to left, you have Olympus surrounded by a pink light. It turns purple and it becomes blue for the worlds over here. Stays blue. Once you get to the castle, it's white, and then it goes yellow all the way down to being a dark red on the Pride Lands. And I thought that was pretty cool. I have no reason to show you that. It's something I'm interested in. Oh look, my entire childhood trauma.
Hey, check us out. This place is kind of creepy, though.
Oh.
Heartless?
Oh, I don't know, Sora. I get the feeling they might live here.
Don't mind us. Just passing through. We won't be any trouble.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't be silly. We'd love you to stick around for lunch.
We didn't bring anything to eat.
That's not gonna be a problem. Gosh, Sora. I think we're the lunch.
Whoa! Going somewhere?
Man, that Scar's got the worst timing.
Just let him roar.
We better go see what he wants. Sounds like he's grumpy enough already.
Fine.
I don't know what that was about, but I'm glad it's over. Everything's harder on 4 legs.
Gotta start practicing.
I found a trick to it. Here, let me show you.
Seriously, what a strong way to start a world.
Is that Whoopi Goldberg playing the one hyena, or is it a replacement?
I'm pretty sure it's a replacement. Maybe.
This is twice Goofy becomes a turtle.
Right. Okay, nope. Yeah, it's Tress McNeil in this game.
Okay. Of course I couldn't get Whoopi Goldberg, she's probably too expensive.
Probably way too expensive.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes?
What do we do?
Stay back!
Yeah, no, this is indeed the second time that Goofy's been a turtle. I don't know why that happens. I cannot believe you fuckers used the potion on me rather than healing me.
Definitely heartless.
Thank you. You really saved me.
We're just glad you're okay.
Did you see any other heartless around here?
Heartless? Is that what they're called? I'm not sure if there are any others. I don't usually hunt outside the Pride Lands.
Pride Lands?
Hey, do you know if a guy named Riku is there? Or some bad guys in black hoods? Or maybe this really big bully named Pete? Oh well, we might as well go take a look anyway.
Wait, the Pride Lands are dangerous. Scar and the hyenas have made things unbearable for everyone. There's no food left. They've driven off the prey. We're about to starve.
We can handle a little danger. You just saw us beat those Heartless, didn't you?
I guess you're right. You could be just what the kingdom needs. Maybe you can help us.
You mean take on this Scar guy and all those hyenas?
Star?
He took over when our last king, Mufasa, died.
So you're saying this guy's your king? You want us to take down your king? Wait just a minute. We can't just go around knocking kings off their thrones. Then again, if they see that I'm stronger than their king, maybe they'll ask me to be their next king.
Sora?
I'd have to refuse, of course. Still, I'd like to see the Pride Lands, so you guys don't mind lending them a paw, do you?
Uh-oh, there it goes again.
She's gonna go on ahead and tell the other lionesses. We're supposed to meet her at a place called Pride Rock.
Alright, now that that's taken care of. Lion Sora.
Yeah.
I got nothing more to say on the fact that we're just a lion, and this is just reminiscent of the time that Sora was originally supposed to be a lion. I'm still sad that we never got that beta design.
Yeah, so am I.
My memory's a bit hazy for this world, so I guess we'll see what bosses we're gonna fight. Alright. See ya, Blaze. Thanks for stopping by and for following.
Bye, Blaze.
That's him.
What? What is it?
I told Rafiki you might be able to help us force Scar and the hyenas out of the Pride Lands. But he says it won't work. You see, whoever saves the Pride Lands will be our next king, and he has to have the right qualities.
Meaning?
Well, I think she means you're not cut out for the job, Sora.
I'm sorry you came all this way.
Hey, no, it's okay.
You better go before Scar finds out you're here. I'm really sorry.
Welcome back, Kane. I love that Rafiki just takes one look at Sora, says, "No, this child's not that bright," and then walks away. Pretty much assumes Sora's not bright and walks away.
You just said, "Fuck this kid," and then left.
Pretty much. I mean, at least Sora got better than Simba did. Simba got smacked on the head with the staff.
Right.
Oh fuck! I missed it. Now my favorite part, getting the puzzle pieces in the Pride Lands. Because, oh boy, they're fun.
Boy.
There we go, only the second try. Nope, this is the second one. This is the second Kingdom Hearts game. Yeah, we did the first one in Chain of Memories a month ago? Shit. Every time I say it, it's still weird.
Right.
Hey, a snack! Snack? Nah. We got us a 3-course meal.
Look at that! Here comes Scar, the king.
And Pete.
My back.
What are you doing here?
Oh, the cute little kitty's worried about me. If I were you, I'd be more worried about my friends.
We're surrounded!
Go on, ladies. You've got some hunting to do.
The herds have moved on, Scar. We can't hunt in a land with no prey.
No prey. Then what do you call this?
We're not prey.
Oh, nice and fresh, too.
Well, they're all yours, Scar.
Oh!
Run! Follow me!
To answer your question, Kim, I'm playing it on the Xbox One, but it is on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. I wouldn't recommend it on the Switch. I'll be right back. Actually, hold on, not yet.
The Switch version is just a cloud port.
Yeah, but it is pretty much on everything that's modern console, so it's pretty easy to get your hands on. No, that's not your fault. Sora wouldn't be a good king. Hey, I'd have to give it a try first, right? Sora, you're a child. So you did want to be king. Well, you know. Nola, isn't there anybody who could be king? There was, but he died when he was just a cub. He was the son of our last king, Mufasa. If only Simba were here. Simba? But Simba's just fine. He was fighting right alongside us not that long ago. What happened to the world order? You mean Simba's alive, but where is he? That, I don't know. Still, Simba's alive. I can't believe it. Please, tell me more about him. Of course. But first, we should get away from Scar. We'll go through the Wildebeest Valley. He won't follow us there. The world order just gets ignored so much in this game. After Donald raised such a fuss about it. Then again, I guess when you're dealing with a yelling, screaming, angry old man, you're kind of just like, you know what? Fuck this world order. Let's just kind of hope we don't die.
second.
Alright.
Hey, why the long face, Simba? You gotta lighten up and live a little.
Yeah.
What were you thinking about?
Let me guess. The past, right?
Hakuna Matata!
Would you look how he's grown, Pumbaa? Why, when I rescued the little guy, he was only this big.
Whoa.
Wow!
What's wrong?
We're never gonna make it!
I guess Rafiki was right.
What?
Never mind, it's not important. Here, I'll show you how. You can do it.
Sora learned the dash ability. Now I can run faster. Really the only purpose for this ability. So glad that you guys all broke out into a song over Hakuna Matata. Oh, that makes me happy.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I'll be right back.
Okay.
When Simba's father, King Mufasa, died, we were told that Simba died alongside him.
Who told you that?
Scar.
It is time.
It must be Simba! Sora, hurry!
Wait up!
Man, I thought that scene was longer, so I thought I had more time.
Rip. That's what you get for us.
That's what I get for what?
That's what you get for assuming stuff.
True. I really need to get second chance. It's also annoying not having a map.
Are you having fun, Kevin?
As long as I ignore the story, yes. I really need to get second chance and once more. I can't believe Goofy's already gotten his ability. There's a lot of bosses I know I'll hate without them, so I hope I get them soon.
Simba! It's me, Sora. Donald and Goofy are here too. Sora, Donald, Goofy. What happened to you?
Help, Simba! Help! She's gonna eat us!
Timon! Pumbaa! Something must have happened in the jungle. I have to go help my friends.
Okay, we'll back you up.
Finally the map, because for some reason the map is always at the end! Why do they want to give you the map at the very end each time? Oh. Whoops. Sora controls like a child on sugar.
I know, right? Oh, so he's Albus.
Don't even put the idea out there. Oh Lord, I would probably die. I wouldn't have the strength to deal with that boy. Google leveled up. Rank C, recipe materials cut by half. Sweet. I have used up all of the original 50 pieces of AP that they gave me for being on critical mode, by the way.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna get the APs to Sora. Yeah, like I said, those 50 are gonna help, but we are gonna use all of them.
Simba, wait! It's Nala! Don't you recognize her?
Nala?
See you, Kane. Thanks for stopping by.
It's me, Simba.
Simba! You are alive!
See you, Kane.
Hey, what's going on here?
Don't worry. They're all friends of mine.
So that means nobody's planning to eat anybody else for lunch, right?
Are you sure they don't want to eat me? Like I'm some kind of pig?
We won't, but you are a pig, right?
Call me Mr. Pig!
Could you guys excuse us for a few minutes?
Why am I not surprised?
Simba, you've got to come back to Pride Rock. I thought Sora might be able to help, but you're the only one who can save us from Scar.
I can't go back.
Why?
Hakuna Matata. It's something I learned out here. Sometimes bad things happen, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Simba?
Hakuna?
Matata!
Hakuna?
Matata!
He's not the Simba I remember. Something about Hakuna Matata.
I also forgot that I made a bunch of items and I didn't equip them, so let me go and do that. I just realized, I can't even use the summon we got in the last level.
I swear, they keep doing this on purpose.
My father's dead, and it's because of me. It's my fault. I can't go back. It won't change anything.
Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you. And so will I.
Father, are you there?
Simba, you have forgotten who you are. You must take your place in the circle of life.
How can I go back? I'm not who I used to be.
Remember who you are.
You can all come out now. I'm going back to face my past. I could use your help.
He really is a king.
Wait, you get a Keyblade halfway through the world?
Yes, so.
Huh. Okay. Wasn't expecting that, honestly. Time to go murder Simba's uncle.
Yay, murder!
Ah, family relationships. It's always fun when you're royalty.
It always ends with someone dead.
Oh, that's a revenge party.
A party that ends with somebody's head on a spike.
I do not regret showing you that.
I've known it before you actually showed me it.
Oh! That's even better. Fucking love Mean Girls. Such a weird thing to turn into a musical, and you know what? I'm not upset about it.
I know, right? I remember watching the original movie.
Now that I think about it, I think I need to watch the original movie. I think I'll be disappointed because I started with the musical. But just knowing that both you and Panda knew it caught me off guard.
It's a great song.
Oh, it is. Oh, I was like, who is messaging me? It's Zero.
Kevin, let me in!
We need to be let in?
What, does he actually want to join the stream?
Oh no, he was responding to something in the Discord. It shows that he needs to catch up because he was censoring I shared a gif of Demix. We already know who Demix is.
Wait a minute, we're gonna fight your uncle for this?
Yes, Timon. This is my home.
Simba, you're alive.
This kingdom doesn't belong to you.
Simba's the rightful king.
The choice is yours, Scar. Either step down or fight.
Must this all end in violence? I'd hate to be responsible for the death of a family member, Simba.
I've put the past behind me.
But what about your faithful subjects? Have they?
Simba, what's he talking about?
Go on. Tell them who's responsible for Mufasa's death.
I am.
He admits it, murderer. If it weren't for you, Mufasa would still be alive. Do you deny it?
No, but it was an accident.
You're in trouble again. But this time, Daddy isn't here to save you. And now everyone knows why. Now, this looks familiar. I think I've seen this before. Oh, yes. I remember. This is just the way your father looked before he died. And here's my little secret. I killed Mufasa.
Murderer! Tell them the truth!
All right, all right. I did it.
Louder!
I killed Mufasa.
Simba, you get Scar. We'll handle these guys.
Excuse me, pardon me, coming through.
Alright. They really do not even try to copy what happens in the original movie. Also, I just want to point out another protection mission.
Where's Simba?
He went up there.
I don't understand why this game has such an interest in the protection type fights.
Because they're fun, said no one ever.
This is his fight, Donald. You're okay.
Oh, that was just a sneak preview. 'Cause this ain't over. Oh, not by a long shot. anger and jealousy turned the king of Pride Rock into a Heartless. Oh, your kingdom's gonna rise again. But this time as the Pride Lands of Darkness.
That's what you think.
Becoming a Heartless doesn't always transform you into a Heartless. Physically, anyway. Becoming a Heartless doesn't always physically transform you into a Heartless.
Yeah, most of the time it doesn't.
Also, this arena is kind of weird because there is a skeleton that's like transparent on the ground for some reason.
I think it's purely for shock factor, but yeah, I see what you mean. It's such a weird little thing.
Yep.
Definitely one of the more interesting fights. Also, Pride Lands is the only time that Donald is stronger than Goofy. That's the only time I'll ever say that. I love that Sora drifts if you move the controller stick a certain way while dashing.
Right.
Such a stupid little thing, but it's so funny. What was that?
I said it's like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Ow.
What's with the light show?
We have to say goodbye for a little while.
I'll go tell Simba. Oh, he's probably busy. Just tell him we'll be back soon.
Oh, that's right. He's king now. He's gonna be so busy, he'll probably forget about his two best buddies.
Well, you always got Hakuna Matata, right?
Guess so.
What do you mean, guess so? And what if he forgets to tell the carnivores who we are? One look at you, and you're a pig roast!
That's Mr. Pig Roast.
Same thing! And I'm not sticking around to be anybody's pork dinner!
Pumbaa?
You can never forget your true buddies.
And fire has now become Fira. A new episode was added at the Coliseum, but we're not doing that. We're gonna go take care of Twilight Town now. We'll probably only go for like maybe till like 8 my time. Alright, let's see what happens. Let's see what's happening in Twilight Town.
Help! The Sandlot! It's Cypher! Somebody please help us!
Sounds like we've got trouble.
I forgot how grating Vivi's voice was. And Micah, till 8 my time, so about 45 more minutes. Also, I was thinking the same thing, Mike. Mars isn't here to hear it. Now that we're back, we can go around and start collecting all the treasure and the puzzle pieces we weren't able to prior. You alright over there, Shadow?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Alright, cool. Oh my god, just a regular potion. Alright.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I already got all the treasure chest over here, because we started here. Oh, thanks, Hope. Yeah, because I was telling Mars to pay attention to Vivi's voice, and because he didn't realize that in the beginning of the game, Vivi's voice came through as more robotic, so I told him to pay attention, and we had an issue with the audio last time. In the time Vivi talks, Mars isn't here. So thank you. Where's the tram? Have you heard about the High Elves? What? Gotta wait for the train to come back.
We'll take it from here.
Oh shit, I didn't want to do this. So Mike, this is anti-form. This is what happens if you use the drives too often. And if there's like, okay, so there's a weird time, there's like a counter in the game's code where depending on what fight you're doing, how many times you use like forms, all that, the game puts on a number, and if you have a certain value, you activate anti-form rather than the form you're wanting. And you can't revert out of it yourself, you cannot do damage, you cannot heal. Well, you can do damage, I mean, but it's not as good as, like, regular forms. I'm actually surprised it took this long for it to show up. Yeah, I'm surprised that it took this long for it to activate, but I'm also not gonna complain. Yeah, honestly, some people just don't see it in their playthroughs, but it is a thing. And it can be very frustrating or very powerful depending on how you play. Obviously for me it wasn't a very useful thing. I mean, kinda so, yeah, it's basically that's kind of the idea. Let's show off Genie.
Make some room!
Hope that I actually went over that in the first stream. Because like I explained that to the others, is there's a little thing that you could see in the tower that I could go back and show it again later, but I have shown that off.
Impressive. By the way, have you seen a man named Axel? I expect he's here somewhere.
Like I care.
You see, Axel's no longer acting in our best interest.
Is he with the organization too?
Yes.
You're having a fight?
Not a very organized organization.
Don't let your guard down.
Thanks for looking out for us, mister. But I'm sure we can take care of ourselves just fine.
Glad to hear it. Axel aside, it would break our hearts to hear something happen to you.
Hearts? You don't have any hearts.
True, we don't have hearts. But we remember what it was like. That's what makes us special.
What do you mean?
We know very well how to injure a heart. Sora, you just keep on fighting those heartless.
Let's jump in after him.
How come?
I'm not sure, but maybe he'll lead us to the organization's world.
Don't be reckless. Do you want to end up like Riku?
What? Hey! Wait! What did he mean, end up like Riku?
Hey, how about you get out of my town now? You've caused enough trouble.
Riku.
Have it your way. Come on, guys.
Hold it.
Make up your mind.
This goes to the strongest guy in Twilight Town.
Thanks, but we don't really need it.
Whoa!
Oh, Sora! Pence, right?
Do you know a girl named Kairi?
Kairi? I sure do!
Then you better come to the station.
Cypher's trophy. Trophy obtained from Cypher. It is decorated with 4 crystal orbs.
Over and out.
Alright, here's it. And just so everybody knows, there's another absent silhouette. We will not be going over that one for now because this one's actually annoying. I don't like this. You can have the trophy for now, but I'll be getting it back. Dude, you just caught Cypher off guard, you know? Upset. Bitch, we just saved you!
Hey, so how do you guys know Kairi? Kairi was really here?
Yeah. And she said she was looking for you.
Tell me where she is!
Well...
What a romantic story.
If you stick around, Sora's bound to show up.
Yeah, he said he's coming back.
Okay.
What took you so long, Kairi? Somehow, I just knew you'd be here. I tell you, Kairi, you've got a lot of guts jumping right into the darkness like that.
Kairi.
You think it might have been Axel?
Sorry.
Hey, it's not your fault. Come on, cheer up. I can even say that. I gotta help Kairi. That was close.
Sora, are you okay?
Huh? What? What just happened? A new road is open, and Kairi and Riku are waiting somewhere along it.
You'd better hurry then.
You coming back?
Promise.
And got the Oathkeeper. And Limit Form.
I passed on the message as you so desired. I told the young Sora to keep defeating the Heartless.
Good. Not only have you the power to inflict pain, you also have the power to plant seeds of doubt in one's receptive heart. Sora will soon begin to doubt himself. It will cause him to hesitate, and that hesitation will turn to anger. That anger will fuel him to get rid of his apprehension and move forward. He will pave the way for the future we desire.
There's something I've meant to ask.
About Axel, the poor fool. How long will he keep chasing the illusion of friendship when he himself lacks emotion, trying so hard to retrieve what he has lost when it may never have existed in the first place? He deserves nothing more than our pity.
King, Riku, and now I've lost Kairi again, too.
This is why I said it was ironic in the last game, because...
Donald's right, you know. Why, you're the key that connects everything.
So it's all my fault.
Gorge, I didn't mean that. Just do what comes natural to you, and we're sure to find them.
You shut up.
Thanks, guys.
Oh no! Follow Bastion! It's all covered in darkness! You're right, Chipper. I wonder what's going on. Sora, we'd better hurry and check it out right away!
Alright, now you're clear to talk.
Okay, this is why I said it was ironic in the last game, because in Chain of Memories, Axel does whatever he can to stay loyal to the organization, and then here he goes out of his way just to disobey them.
Well, because the second half of Days happened.
I know, but still, it's a crazy change.
Oh yeah, especially considering this came out before Days. Nobody knew why he suddenly changed, and then when they finally saw Days, everybody understood. Like, Axel had reason. And I don't blame him. Alright, I'm gonna try to get through Hollow Bastion. If anything, we're gonna at least try to get to the fight with Demix. And I think that'll be a good place to stop if we are going too long on time.
Alright.
Do you think?
Looks like there's more Heartless now.
Let's go check in with everyone.
I think they're at Merlin's.
I think this entire thing irritates me, because every time we have to go back to Hollow Bastion, Goofy for some reason chimes in with it, trying to remind you where to go, and it's like, why? And
you gotta hold your hand.
It only happens in Hollow Bastion, though. Oh, that's right. This actually might start the space paranoids. We'll see what happens. If 8 o'clock rolls around and we're still going, I'll just probably call it good. Hello.
Oh, who is this?
Oh, Cloud!
What you doing?
I'll get him. This time, we settle it. Me and the one who embodies all the darkness in me.
I thought you looked kinda different, Cloud.
If I do, it's his fault.
Whose?
Sephiroth. Tell me if you see him.
Okay, what's he look like?
Silver hair. Carries a long sword.
Sure. Well, be seeing you, Cloud.
Be careful. He messes with your head. Makes you think darkness is the only way.
Is something wrong?
It's nothing. I don't want you involved.
You mean you don't want me there when you go away again?
Listen. Even if I go far away, I'll come back.
Do you mean it?
Yeah.
See? You don't look so sure. Well, okay. I understand. Go. Get things settled.
Huh?
No matter how far away you are, once you find your light, I'm sure it will lead you back here again. Right?
I suppose.
So I'll stay here. And I'll cheer for you. Okay, Cloud?
Okay.
Wonder if he'll be okay.
He'll be fine. I'm sure there's some light in him somewhere.
You're right.
God, her voice.
Right.
Emotion.
It's like
Are you a robot?
Yeah, it's like they replaced her with a freaking robot.
Yeah, because even in Kingdom Hearts 1, she's not this bad.
No, the events of Final Fantasy VII happened and they replaced her. That's what happened.
Oh my god, it's a robot replacement after Final Fantasy VII. Let's not do that. That's fucked up.
It is, but yeah, it sounds so plausible.
Mike's like Shadow Y. Now, I do want to point out, because I know somebody somewhere wants to say it. So, Cloud telling Sora who Sephiroth is technically not continuity error. In the original
Yeah, he doesn't
version,
he didn't actually tell him in in Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts 1 or Final Mix.
Yeah, and here's something even more interesting about that. Sephiroth was not in Kingdom Hearts 1 initially, only in America. The Japanese version did not have Sephiroth.
Oh yeah, they didn't have any of the secret bosses, right?
Yeah, all of the secret bosses were for the Western releases instead, and it did not come out until Final Mix. So by continuity, he does not technically know Sephiroth, but that is still him getting it explained is not wrong.
What was the reason behind giving the American version final bosses but not the Japanese version?
Hype and interest, because that's why there was a contest to get your name in the game, and where the whole Kurt Cisa thing happened. It was purely to get people interested in the game. Which I think is pretty cool. It's a good way to do it, but I do think that it could have been handled better. Also, here's Limit Form. Limit Form literally just fights like Sora from Kingdom Hearts 1. All the way down to the abilities he gets. Yeah, as you saw, if you open up your abilities, it's Strike Raid, Infinity, Last Arcanum, and Sonic Grave. Infinity is Ragnarok, and Last Arcanum is Ars Arcanum. They changed the names.
It's cool that his outfit turns into the colors from his Kingdom Hearts 1 outfit.
Oh yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, but Final Arcanum is Ars Arcanum. I don't know why they changed that. And Infinity is Ragnarok. I don't know why they changed that either.
But yeah, this is the only way to get dodge roll.
Yep. Dodge roll does exist in this game, but only as a form.
Yeah. Well, you can actually unlock it.
Well, yeah, but I mean it wasn't on the original. Pretty much is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they realized their mistake. Quick Run was no replacement for dodge roll.
Yeah, Quick Run's fun, but it's no replacement.
Yeah.
I much prefer dodge roll. See, so many things from 1 were so good, and they just were like, fuck you, we're getting rid of it.
Yeah, for no particular reason other than to give you the finger.
Oh, it's not a voice saying, "Hey fellas, you're just in time. Got some good news for you, so get yourselves over to Leon's." What kind of news? We found the computer Ansem was using. Oh boy!
We found the computer room!
And such started a big mess of things. Yep, should be able to get all kinds of information on the Heartless and the organization. And maybe something on the Dark Realm too. It looks like that's where Kairi and Riku are. And the king. Go see for yourselves. It can't hurt. What do you mean? Nothing, just get to the computer room through the castle poster and watch your step. Cool math games, let's go. Mike! Oh my god.
Yeah, and those old school computer games.
Oregon Trail, let's die to dysentery.
Sora died of dysentery. No, Donald died of dysentery.
Or Carmen Sandiego. God, I want to play Where in Time with Carmen Sandiego.
I kind of want to rewatch the game show.
Restoration Committee? What's Leon's gang up to?
They've got stuff to do over by the castle postern.
Scoop!
Huh?
Let's report. Our leader, of course.
Yeah, you know.
Don't mind her. I assure you, we come in peace.
You're kidding.
Problem? Okay, fine. You do the talking.
So sorry about this.
Alright, so more story time. Again. This is Yuna, Riku, and Pain. This girl was originally going to be part of the Destiny Island group. Either that, no, she was going to be part of Leon's group. That's what it was. But because of the fact that they already had Riku, as in the boy from that gets controlled by Ansem, they didn't want to add her because they're going to be confused. She was going to have the outfit Yuffie had in the first game. They finally decided to cave and brought her back into here with Yuna and Pain. Pain is from Final Fantasy X-2. Riku and Yuna were playable characters in just base 10. They are called the Gullwings in X-2, and they're basically looking for Tidus. Riku got added into this game under one rule. The team could not have her name spoken to avoid any confusion with the Riku that is part of this game. So, I think Yuna is the only one that I think gets her name said at some point, but yes.
Yeah. It still is funny that there's multiple Rikus.
Right. And Mike, actually, while we're on the topic of that, it's really, I think the problem, unfortunately, is the Final Fantasy VII devs just wanted to stroke their ego and wanted them to use Final Fantasy VII characters really only, because Aerith wasn't even going to be a thing either. Aerith was going to be the main character from Parasite Eve originally. So originally, it was not going to be Final Fantasy and Disney, it was going to be Square Enix and Disney. Because Aerith was supposed to be the main character from Parasite Eve, and Yuffie was supposed to be Riku. Final Fantasy VII's, I think, game designers, I think it was either designers or coders, wanted their characters to be represented instead, and so both the girl from Parasite Eve and Yuna and Riku got replaced with Yuffie and Aerith. Originally, Square Enix wanted to use more of just their general properties, but I guess the other people at Square Enix wanted to use their less than favorable game in place. And I'm going to stand by it because I still absolutely do not like Final Fantasy VII. I like some of the characters, but I do not like the game enough to say that they should have gotten this much representation. Because we should not have Cloud Sephiroth, Cloud with Vincent's outfit. We should not have Yuffie, Cid, Aerith. We should not have every single representation of Final Fantasy VII here and give all the rest just nothing but something simple like Vivi or Cypher.
At least it's better than in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. Nobody got what they wanted.
Yeah. They had to fix up their fuckery with the DLC.
Yeah. If it's not clear, I'm a little passionate about that whole situation because it's like I would have liked it if Square's other properties got involved and not just Final Fantasy. I love the fact that it's Final Fantasy, don't get me wrong at all. But Parasite Eve is a really interesting game, and I would have loved to see how she handled Aerith's role originally. Because that means we would have had her for this game and for the Remind DLC. But yeah, it's really just a shame. Because I agree with Mike. They should have just outright replaced Riku with Yuna or Pain or any of the characters from 10 that didn't get used yet, like Lulu. But they just scrapped it and put only 7 characters in. They didn't even put Final Fantasy IX characters in. Because Final Fantasy IX characters didn't show, nothing from Final Fantasy IX showed up until this game. Oh, interesting. I didn't know this wall was here. I guess that explains how they cut you off from going there early. Oh yeah, Mike, you're not wrong. Like, 9 and 10 just get totally screwed in general. Because like you said, Titus and Waka just up and disappear. So Shadow, I never knew this. So, you know what's behind this wall, right?
Is it the bonus area?
Yeah. I didn't realize that they actually had a way to hide it. I just thought it was always available from the moment you got here. I never thought much of it. Okay. Yes, we're probably not going to be seeing any of this till Tuesday, because I'm looking at the time. It's like, we're not even going to make it.
How long are you going for?
Actually, I think after this cutscene, I'll just save and we'll call it good, because dinner's also ready. I'm kind of hungry. We've been going for over 3.5 hours, and the next part is probably the longest part of the game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Leon! Over here. Oh, it was Aerith. Whoops. Aerith, you sound very manly. You guys found Ansem's computer? Uh-huh. The king is very interested in it. The king? He's with Leon. We get to see the king. Hooray! Is Riku with them? Well, at least I can ask the king about him. And that computer might be able to tell us something. Good idea. They're right through there. I think the worst part is I can't sound bored. So doing Aerith's voice just doesn't work. I
you
can't...
You kinda have to sound more like this.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I think the upcoming part with the upcoming world and what's gonna happen in Hollow Bastion is gonna take us roughly like 3 or 4 hours.
Oh yeah, probably.
So it'll be good to just wait till Tuesday for when we can actually sit down and do this. If everybody's gonna be good on Tuesday for this. Yeah, like I said, I'm hungry, so I want to go get something to eat.
Yeah, that's fair. We have been going on for 3.5 hours.
Yeah. I've enjoyed it so far.
Oh, vibe. We're actually almost halfway done with the story.
Yep. Almost there.
Obviously, there's more content after that, but hey.
Oh yeah, and this time around, like I said, I do plan to cover a good chunk of the.
Are we gonna be We're gonna be going through all the secret fights and all that?
I'm going to at least give it a fair few tries. There's no there's no promise I'll finish it. But I am going to give it a fair shot. And I think between this and Birth by Sleep, we'll go back and do the post-game of 3 proper at some point. I'll level up and then I'll show everybody the results from leveling up instead of just having you guys sit through grinding. And I feel like that sounds fair. Actually, this is a good place to stop anyways, too, because the next part is nothing but info dump after info dump after info dump.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll be starting with next time.
Yep. Also, the thing we fought in Twilight Town is the Call of Berserker, just to give everybody an idea. And just to catch up on everything we've done, because I stopped naming things. The Prison Keeper was the boss we fought in Halloween Town. And the Volcano and Prison Lords were the things we fought. Oh, they're called... Oh, he's not the Fire Lord, Volcanic Lord. So yeah, and that's all we fought today. Oh, Berserkers are way worse than the Samurai. That's not even a contest. Oh, Kairi gets a new model. That's cool. And we also finally met Saix. Final Fantasy. Organization 13's number 7. He was in pursuit of...
I love Saix from Final Fantasy 17.
Oh my god. he was in pursuit of the renegade Axel, but for some reason seemed more concerned about Sora's well-being. Saix has no heart, but knows all too well how to injure one. No doubt his voice belies a more savage nature. He also insinuated he knew something about Riku.
Yep.
Axel is the Fire Lord. Yeah, that's true.
Now I want Axel and Avatar.
Oh my god. Unfortunately, that's Nick.
God damn it.
But, alright. Damn, 13 hours in. Man, this game is actually not a 60-hour game. Shit.
Right? It's about the same length as Kingdom Hearts 3.
Which is really weird.
The worlds aren't as long. Well, actually, both of the visits together kind of makes them the same length.
Right. Good lord. But, alright. This is where we're gonna stop. Because, like I said, I need to go eat. Because I am starving.
Yeah, better fill her up.
But, yep, so we'll see everybody on Tuesday, so where we get on to probably the heaviest part of this damn game.
Hope you like exposition, bitches!
Because I'll try my best to explain things as we go. Yep, but until then, we'll see everybody on Tuesday.
Bye, everyone.